it has all those assets that a client of mine would look for, being in the manufacturing and industrial distribution arena, with the highways, the port, able to go to international destinations, the airport, as well as rail. So those four asset bases are critical.
This area is prime for advanced manufacturing, logistics, distribution. The rail network is obviously top-notch, and the ability to ship via water as well. You're right at the crosshairs of I-75 and I-80, so there's good north-south, east-west access.
Well, I think the area has lots of potential. They've done a very good job of developing around the infrastructure that they have. They got a port, they've got the highway infrastructure, they do have an airport, but the proximity to Detroit is also significant.
I don't think we could remain as a global headquarters if it wasn't easy to get in and out of Detroit Airport, because you need an international airport. And so the fact that we are able to take full advantage of the Detroit Airport, get employees, get customers, get in and out, that saves us time. It saves the strain on our workforce.
There's an environment in the community that supports the business opportunity that they're bringing in, and that's important.
The region really hits on all of the key points for any kind of project, because if you're looking at a manufacturing site, you know that you do have those skilled workers, and then also as you're looking for more of the technology type businesses, again, you share a workforce with that region right there.
Like every business, you say the first thing you do is you have great products and you have great technologies, but they mean nothing unless you have good employees who know how to take them out to the marketplace and how to run your company efficiently and to keep yourself prospering.
Again, with the labor pool, for the right labor pool, the right customer trying to needs to be in that region for an area, the labor pool is very important. I think Toledo will be extremely competitive.
Available skill level, workforce, wage rates, all of those factors were key in our selection process.
It is a region known for engineering talent, and even this kind of the emerging technology workers. We're seeing that high tech is high tech, and you can really adapt that foundation to fill a lot of different positions for a lot of different types of companies.
Well, I think you get into Northwest Ohio, and that's what you get. You get, the work ethic is second to none. I've worked in, 7 states, and I can honestly tell you that you can't find a better workforce than what you can find right here.
One of the greatest inconveniences is commuting when you're in a big city or when you're in an area that has a lot of traffic congestion, and you got to think about, I got to leave for the office earlier to beat the traffic, or I got to get home later to beat the traffic. Here in Toledo, you don't have that. I'm accustomed to taking 20 minutes to go through 2 or 3 traffic lights. Here I can get from my home to my office in 20 minutes and back out to somewhere else.
One of the things that always stands out about Toledo is that you can be anywhere in Toledo within 20 to 30 minutes. There's virtually no traffic in this town, but yet we still have a lot of the amenities that those larger cities do offer. So we just have it without the headache of the commute.
So my husband relocated from California last year, so last year was our first full year here in Ohio, and we're loving it. It's very easy to get around, the people are great. Again, to be in a part of a community that is on the rise and is looking to grow is very exciting.
One comment that's often stated about the area is that it's a great place to raise a family. I have 3 kids of my own. I can certainly attest to that. There are many other things that are great about the Toledo area. It's centrally located between cities like Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus.
They always told me what a great place it was to live. Many of the people that I encountered here at Owens Corning themselves had moved to Toledo from other locations, so they were able to also relate to me that this was a great place for them to relocate. Their families found it a great place to live, and all the great amenities of a kind of a mid-sized city.
The recreational amenities that Lake Erie provides, the cost of living. I think those things will hopefully go a long way to help attracting those folks here.
Everybody likes to be around water, right? And so not just even from a business perspective of moving anything across the lakes, but I think just the idea of people like being near water. and we see that being a big attractor.
You know, the Toledo Museum of Art, we're there probably at least once a month. There's always something new, the collection they have. To have a museum like that so accessible and frankly free is pretty amazing. We've seen exhibits that other people in the U.S. won't have seen and won't see unless they go to Europe.
People like to live there, they like to stay there. There's a diversity in housing stock and all kinds of distances from the city center out to potentially more suburban or rural places to live. And so I think that gives companies some confidence that their workforce would be happy and sustainable in the area.
We found Northwest Ohio to be a pretty easy sell for people from all around the country. That's also shown up in our turnover rate. People that have started and have come to work for us from all over the country have stayed here.
The work we see with Jobs Ohio is there can be actually one single point of contact if the customer desires, but then they can reach out to those regions to get all the right answers. And you're delivering that message to the customer through kind of a one port, if you will. Make sure the customer's always getting a consistent message and delivered from the state.
It was clear that the economic development representatives from the Toledo region, the Regional Growth Partnership, as well as the state of Ohio, that they work together seamlessly. And so that helped give me confidence that if I were to bring a potential project there, that I would be able to get a very comprehensive response and a really united front representing the region.
The regionalization that you've put together with the regional group is critical because that gives you the ability to work with the state, and you do that with Jobs Ohio very well, that I've seen, so that you're able to take those RFPs that come down from the state and be able to look at them on a regional basis and have more looks, quite frankly, than you would get if all the cities would do that individually.
One of the things that they did to help us was they built an on and off ramp at the turnpike, to help relieve the stress of 400 trucks per day going through the town of Delta and the village of Wauseon.
We see the alpha to the omega in terms of the actual collaboration that exists and the ease at which it exists, and I think this area does a very good job of it. As you would look on that scale of of a 1 to 10, they're very at the high end, where some of the others that you go see say they do it, but you don't see the practice, you don't see the execution happening the way you do here in Northwest Ohio.